And here we have the donor monitor. It's an HP monitor, 20 inches. We'll just do a mock-up in a second. They put the freaking power button on the top. I mean, what? Like the rest of the controls are normal. I don't know what they did there, but hey, it's a monitor. And I think when we strip its case off and just all the bezels and all that, I think this is a doable project to have here. There you go. Installed. No, but for real, this could really work out. I think this is probably doable. There you go. That's enough testing for me. It does display something, so that's good. If you look from the side, it has these marks in there. But guys, it was 15 bucks, so why do I even complain? All right, testing completed. Now let's strip it down. Note how monitors are just not designed to be taken apart, because who repairs those anymore? If it breaks, they're so cheap you can just replace it and it will not cost a whole lot. So this is all probably just clipped, and in nice HP fashion they had a hidden screw under there to get the foot out, the middle one, and I was like moving those two screws first, and I was pulling and like crazy and damaging it until I figured, hey, hidden screw, it's an HP after all. Oh wow, look at all that crap and dust that flew out of the monitor there. Oh my god, but hey, look at that, we got speakers. So guys, I think we have solved our speaker problem by just using this monitor. So progress, monitor bezel is removed, and we got corrosion here. Sweet! So somebody must have poured some stuff under this. Now fortunately the monitor didn't really suffer from it, just the bezel, so yeah, whatever. And this idiotic power button on the top here just also turned out into a not so idiotic situation. As you can see, this is the circuit board plus the power button there, and so that can be relocated to any other position, so it doesn't have to be in the top. Here is the top, by the way. So if you flip it over, oh yeah, there's also the second board here with the monitor controls. So really, this can also be relocated, so this is pretty good. I can just put him on the back of it and be done. Look at this, guys. Look at it. This HP monitor is made for the iMac G5. Look at it. I mean, how will we mount it? How will we screw it down? I don't know yet. But it can't be a duct tape solution than usually, because this is a pretty heavy monitor, and I want to make sure it stays in there, and so that it doesn't smash like the internals when it falls. So this needs actually a proper mounting solution. Okay, I've now put the monitor on a desk on its own and flipped it over and put the iMac bezel around it. So it's actually, I was right, this is the way how to mount it. And I also figured out that we can still get some weight off of this. We can still shrink its size a bit, because the actual panel here is mounted on this whole metal case thing, as you can see. So I will now try to get the monitor out, and that will make it, first of all, a little lighter too, because this whole metal will be gone. And maybe we can then, probably not, but maybe we can then still keep the stuff on the back of it, like the power supply and such. Alright guys, the approach with the Apple engineering was the right one. As you can see, there's like 80% of metal which we don't need, and here's the power supply. It will be exposed, so yeah, more dangerous. Apple will definitely approve of that. And here's another controller board which plugs in the monitor cable. And as you can see, we shrunk this down to quite a small size now. So yeah, the monitor is on a diet, huh? Ta-da! Our monitor completed its diet quite successfully. As you can see, here's the power supply exposed. I think we'll just hot glue it on the back here. Haha, just kidding. Of course, we're not just gonna stick it down to there. We don't want it to short out anything. Well, here's something I really didn't expect. This SOB doesn't close. Yes, it's hitting the fucking power supply. Oh my god, I really wasn't expecting that. Oh gosh, that now throws away all my plans. And it is only because of this here. But I don't think I can remove that. That's the spring mechanism which makes it tilt and such. I think this is nothing we can mess with. And it's hitting exactly there. So I already tried moving it up and down, but this is annoying. Ta-da! It closes. Don't mind that gap now. I don't know what's up there too, but it closes. And I achieved that by offsetting the power supply all the way up there on the top left. It's always the same. Always, always, always the same. No, for once I tried to do it somewhat professional. Oh, well, maybe not that, but somewhat the right way. But the thing is, we got a new enemy here. The power plug. If I set this any higher, it will keep the case from closing. So, because that's the highest point on the power supply, and it right now there isn't much space, but it clears it. But if I go ahead and screw it in there, in that height, yep, it most definitely won't clear it. Same with those guys. So, yeah, screw that idea with the mounting bracket. I'll just make sure that I don't short it by putting lots and lots of electrical tape here with some, I don't know, something in there basically, so that it doesn't short with the monitor metal. Sketchy, unprofessional, yeah. But do you really know a better way? I mean, there isn't. Most of the stuff is taken up by the monitor. So, yeah. Whoa, look at all that electrical tape, yeah. Oh, still some metal shining through, so I'll put one more over there. And yes, guys, yes, I'll set it in here, just like this, with some hot glue. It is ready for its first test, if it's still working. Yes, I hot glued it, and guys, it's not that bad. Believe me, some Chinese computer electronic manufacturers, they do it the same. I've seen it, so it's all good. I really hope I didn't kill anything during that process or hook anything wrong up. Alright, so unfortunately our IBM here didn't want to talk with this monitor. Maybe the VGA port is having a problem or something. But it works. It displays something. That is good. Good that I finally know that it displays something. And I hooked it up to the iMac here. So yeah, all good. This is coming up more and more here. What the hell do I know? It's fine. I can live with that. Alright, I didn't kill the monitor. That is good. So I think we can call it a day for today. And yeah, work on getting it properly mounted in there. So guys, our cute little NUC is here. We'll see if it powers on and works in a moment. Unfortunately, it is too big. I was already expecting that, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer really. But I think if we disassemble this little guy here, we can try to shrink it down a little more. There's like an indent here. I don't know how that happened. Okay, my little NUC is plugged in. I will later use a VGA to HDMI cable, but for testing with this monitor here, I'll just use my DVI to HDMI. Intel NUC. I can't remember what specs really, guys. I have no idea. So we got a Intel Celeron N2830. Sure, those specs, they don't blow anyone out of the water, and sure, it would have been cool to have an Intel i series NUC, but we were doing this on a budget. You know, I didn't feel like spending a lot on a NUC that I'm then gonna dismantle, and you know. So 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is neat, and 120 gig SSD. That's pretty good. I'd say you can definitely work with those specs. Look at that! The NUC has a full-size 2.5-inch SSD in there. That's something I really didn't expect. I can tell it has been upgraded because this is one of the cheapest SSDs you could buy back then. In Tenso, I used to buy them myself for some PCs I upgraded. Can we just appreciate for a second that they actually made a computer which is upgradable? Look at that, upgradable RAM, upgradable SSD, hell, even the Wi-Fi card is modular. I really didn't expect that. So as you can see, I took out this metal plate. It feels kind of wrong to disassemble this because it's a really nice engineered little computer. But you know, for our sakes here, we have to do it. And as you can see, it's already gotten a lot thinner. So if we lay that in there, I think we can spread it out. We can, for example, route this away here, which is the hard drive connector, and just lay it in there. So I think it shouldn't be too much of an issue anymore with the space. Would be cool to reuse that bracket somehow. But yeah, we're still at the mocking up phase, so everything can change. Got it out, and it's caked in nicotine dust. As a non-smoker, you immediately recognize this disgusting smell, and also in the inside here, it's all well, I've seen worse, but as you can see, it's in there, and it's disgusting. So what I'm just seeing right here is we have two buttons, or no, two buttons, two antennas. Those are for the Wi-Fi. We need to transfer them, obviously, if you want to have Wi-Fi. Now when it comes to power button, I think it's that one there. Just a real button on the board. So yeah, but that, I have no idea how we'll do that with the casing, but it's a really simple little system and awesome to work on. Look at that. Here's the CPU. And you know, it's so close, and this fan can definitely need a clean. We can just easily pop this off, put some new thermal paste on, and clean it out. There you go, shiny CPU die again. And also cleaned the fan, which doesn't look disgusting anymore. And we're ready now for some new thermal paste. So this will have some fresh thermal paste. Didn't expect that I really do that, but because it's so easy, why not? So I'm in the process of figuring out the power button, because there are either two ways I thought I could do it. I could either set the NUC to a setting where it would power on immediately if it sees power. And I thought, hey, that's maybe a good idea. I'd connect some sort of outlet here, and if I flip it on using a power button, then it would turn on the monitor and the NUC. But I also found it out that the monitor turns on when the NUC turns on, and the monitor goes to sleep then. So if it's not used. And so I thought you could solder here where the power button is, jump those two. I already did that, tried it out with this wire here, and jump those two. I don't know if you can focus on there. Come on. This camera is awesome, but it's not really great for close-ups. I figured that out. Well, anyway, there are those two little pins which are a jumper, and when you jump those, the computer turns on. And so I thought I could just solder here a power button to there, and then have a power button basically. Alright guys, you ready for my final mock-up of this thing? Alright, I got it figured out. Look, it closes, and guys, nothing hits. I promise you, nothing hits. Okay, if I open it up, you will see immediately what is up there. Alright, the final position of the NUC, which was the most challenging part for this shit. Why am I always so mean? It sounds like I'm forced to do all it is. So the final position of the NUC, which was the most challenging thing about all of this, is here. And here it will stay, because there is no other way to get the hard drive mounted. I was first thought, oh, I'm being so smart, I'm just taking a longer SATA cable and run that over there. But no, it's not just a SATA cable. There's also this little thing, which is the power, I suppose. So without that, or data, this is data, this is power. And so, yeah, it splits up into this. So, yeah, I have to use this thingy. And in order to fit the drive there, which will fit this way perfectly, I'll have to leave a little space. Now also, every time I try to do it somewhat alright and okay, it always, I don't know, always fights back. I can't screw this in here. Would have been so nice, but these aren't meant to be screwed in. Like they're these feet, which it screws up from the bottom. And so yeah, this is just too big of a diameter for any screw. So I just zip tied it, you know, it's not going anywhere. I hope I hooked up the Wi-Fi antennas right, because if not, I have to cut them and do it again. Yeah, I don't know guys. Hot glue. Nah, I'll find a different solution. At least I try. Alright, but hey, this is a ghetto project anyway. It's on a super dirt cheap budget, and this is the most expensive part, by the way. So, all in all, I don't know. I think it should work out. Nobody will note the crappy inside anyway once it's back together. Everyone will be just like, oh, awesome! When it's done, of course. When it works, when it displays and all that. So, yeah. See you later then. Okay, I think 2 weeks have passed since the last clip, or maybe even 3 weeks, I don't know. We have a problem. We have another lockdown here in Austria, and so therefore I can't go to the hardware store to buy something. I would need to order everything off Amazon, and well, the proper way for this would be just to wait until I can get my hands on some stuff. But I figure this thing is already lost. It's already ripped. I mean, I should never have started with this shit, but I will finish it, and so we will go the extreme ghetto route. Yes, we will do that, guys. And it's over there, by the way. And I will hot glue the freaking display in. That's what I will do, guys. Well, why am I so confident about that all of a sudden is, first of all, I can fix it later on, which I will of course do. But also the display is sitting on top of this bracket thing, so the hot glue doesn't necessarily have to hold the whole weight. It just has to keep it from falling like towards the back. And if it falls towards the back, it's gonna hit the back case, so it can't go that far, and therefore I'm confident enough that it's gonna do it. Also, I think I figured out a power button solution. Not quite just fully yet, but I'll show you. Alright, all those projects. My god, as you can see, this hasn't been touched in a very long time with all the junk that's sitting on top of it, but I tested out here if I can use the original power button, and yes, I can. So basically all this did was test out if the press of the button then shorts out those two, and so I figured that you can use, at this point I don't know if I ever mentioned that in any video before. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. What was I doing here? Holy shit. There's so much cables. Anyway, you can short out those 2 pins right there. As you can see, it says power button on those. There you go. Come on, focus camera. And so there, I will solder on the power button wire, and that will make life a lot easier. So I can then place this anywhere I want and just run a wire to this. So that's what I will do last, because that of course means getting the back panel on, which we're far from doing. But yeah, we will do it. Let's go. I know some of you didn't think that's really gonna happen, but here you go. Look at it. The freaking hot glued display is in there and staying. So, oh my god. Oh my god, look at that. It's looking beautiful. No one can tell this insane unprofessionality from the outside. So that brings me to this one attitude. I just heard that from a fellow YouTuber who did projects, and he always got criticized for being not professional, just, you know, basically being like us here, just trying to get it running. And I always felt kind of bad for that, but he really convinced me that that's maybe the right thing to do. Maybe you shouldn't target making everything 100% perfect, professional, make it absolutely stunning and problem-free, because those goals are so high. Maybe you just should set yourself goals. See, like me here, just get it in there at any cost. Doesn't matter how, if it's unprofessional or not. Just make it stay. And you know, you can say what you want, but it stays. And I even did one of these. Look at that. Oh my god, this is... And I feel happy now, because if I would have done that the right way, I would have probably waited around and aligned some sheets and washers, and probably they wouldn't be the right size, and I would get frustrated. But if I do it here the wrong way, and it works out, I'm happy and motivated again. So maybe just lower your standards. It makes you more happy, really. So this is our first test run, and I know you want to see this contraption fire up as much as I do. So right now the NUC is just laying there, and the monitor is already plugged in. So let's connect the NUC, if that works here. Alright. And now let's press the power button. Yeah. See if it automatically recognizes the device. It does. So that means my cable works, which is great. It is a VGA to HDMI cable. Oh no! What is that? Of course something went wrong. So here we have the problem that the resolution is way too high. So why is that? Here we go. Fix the graphics problem. So this is worse than I remember. Well, we also have one problem, and that is that the display sits, of course, just too low. And that is really bad. I should have tried that out before, huh? Well. Yeah. But I don't know, maybe we can correct that by moving the picture up in by the controls, like moving it up so slightly. That would just do it. Or just make the taskbar thicker. I mean, hey, look at that. We're gonna fix that. We're here on the Ghetto channel, so we'll do that. Alright? And yeah, there you go, fixed. No, of course not. That's just looking stupid. But hey, again, it motivated me to do this. So I will continue doing this project. But of course, as it always is now, I don't have time remaining, so we'll put this once again aside for now. But I'm glad that I at least got the monitor mounted, if you can really call it like that. And we have sound too, because I connected the speakers. One is already glued in, the other one still dangling there. I'm glad it all works really good. Very nice. So yeah, this is turning out into a real thing. And you're not gonna notice it all that much when it's all closed up. It's gonna look somewhat okay. That's what I'm targeting. Alright, see you later then.